Alright, hello everybody. Today we are going to be watching the first day of the top 8 for the summer 2021 season World of Tanks Blitz Professionals Tournament. Now, in the summer season, we'll just say things haven't been going so smooth. However, there are some interesting things that I would like to point out. And I do commend Wargaming for making a few of these features, such as probably the biggest thing is going to be the lower echelon, which I know for most people it's not going to be a huge thing, but I think it does a lot in making the community a little bit more at home in terms of tournaments. Like, they get to participate more easily, which is always a good thing. Because eventually, some of the people in the lower echelon might be able to play in the professionals one day with some practice, so all it takes is a little bit of exposure. So it's always good to have that sort of thing, at least in my experience or opinion. But that's not going to be the subject of today. We're going to be watching Primo play against 4PX, which is basically Apex, but their team name is Mincer, so we'll call them Mincer. And Primo is going to be playing against them on Rockfield first map. Now, one of the interesting things about this series, as you can see at the top here, the victory condition is actually best of 9. Now, this is quite a few games, as you know. Best of 9s are usually just reserved for the finals, so this might be a long set of matches. However, this tournament is seeded in the best versus worst way. So basically, it could be that Primo sweeps Mincer, but these are professional teams, so I wouldn't expect an easy fight for Primo at all. Well, we'll not rule them out. But anyways, they're going to be playing on Rockfield. As you can see, Primo are running triple crons. We've got double IS4s, a Vickers Light, and an E100. Apex is going to be taking triple E5s, a cron. I believe they had a Vickers Light as well. Oh, that's, yeah, triple E5s, double crons, an IS4 and a Vickers. Primo's going to be taking a high alpha tank, the E100, maybe playing it in the back. I think they play something similar a lot. They do like the E100 on Rockfield, and it has done good things for them before, so we'll see if they can keep that up. But here we are. Game's taking a bit to load. Hopefully I don't miss too much. Okay, I might miss like the first minute of the game at this rate. Well, I hope I load in. There we go. Alright. Oh, I'm struggling with the controls here. Alright, here we go. There we can see Blue is spotted already, so is Sponge. Fade and Terrence have been spotted as well, but Chip is already on the B cap. Pretty free. I'm not sure if anything is set up from Apex to be able to reset that. The only thing that would be able to is Fade, maybe coming all the way over here, but there's no way he's getting that reset. Even Steven is also on the A cap, as you can see there. Chip does take a shot as he backs out. That could be some important damage later on. However, with the heavy tank buffs, it might not be all that much. Fade puts another shot into Chip, but he loses a big chunk of his HP in return. I believe he got double tapped there, maybe by Chip and Tommy. Apex are just now getting onto that C cap there, as we can see. Pupusa Boy taking C, but that means Primo are going to be pretty far down, or pretty far up on caps. Mincer going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Kami is holding the middle in his cron there, as you can see. Gonna be in a decent hold down position here to get some information off on this whole middle area. Fade spotted as well. Not a whole lot he can do there. Korra is spotted in the back in the E100 position. Can't really get crossfired that easily though. There's a shot there, as you can see. Terrence might be able to shoot the side of his turret if he comes further up, but that's not what gonna be what's going to be happening. For now, Apex just needs to figure out a rotation, and they need to do it soon because Primo's cap points are ticking up at a very high rate. As you can see there, they're almost up to 700 points already. Neither team has a substantial amount of bleed, so this is going to be a very difficult push for Apex to pull off. As we can see here, they're making their rotation with those speed boosting E5s. Pupusa Boy in the back line. Nobody's been spotted until now. GT has been spotted. Sierra is on the ridge there, trying to get some shots in as they push across. Doesn't get a shot into Pupusa Boy, but also doesn't take any damage in return. 800 cap points for Primo. They're going to be trying to defend here on that A cap. Not a whole lot happening just yet, though. Not really any big chunks of damage getting eaten away from either of these teams. Even Steven might be in a little bit of trouble here. He's got tanks pushing around the back here. Pupusa Boy and GT both double tapping him. Fade now coming in with another shot. Eddie Gabriel with the clip. Can they clear even Steven quick enough for the cap to come back down? The kill shot. Oh, wow. Cora picks up the kill shot on Fade, and that actually wins the game for Primo. They jump up in the cap points, and they're able to pick up the win there. Just off of the caps. I mean, again, it was going to be a really difficult push for Apex to pull off. They weren't able to do it quick enough. I mean, they just really weren't able to get the damage in. A little bit slow on the rotation, and that ultimately did cost them the game. However, they do get a shot at redemption in this other side, so we'll see if they're able to hold the caps a little bit better. I mean, last game they didn't really do a good job at all. Let's just be real. Apex really needed to hold that B cap at least. B cap, if you're able to take it early on Rockfield, it is going to be a pain for the enemy team to play around it, just because like getting onto the B cap and slowing it down or retaking it is just almost never an option unless you have the proper setup, but that takes time to do, and that takes map control to do. So Apex weren't able to do either of those things, hence they weren't able to retake B. They needed to make a push on A, but they would have had to get a bunch of kills on A, clear them really quickly, and retake the A cap without losing C, and Primo is just not going to let them do that. Primo, one of the more experienced teams at holding cap control. Like, even way back in the day, that was sort of like the type of game that they would try to play. And I feel like they've held to that doctrine fairly well. And they pull it off pretty easily nowadays. Alright, next game is going to be starting now. Rockfield spawns are going to be swapped, so let's see if Apex are able to pull up a win here. Well, somebody in the chat is saying it's matched best to worst, but Apex got they got 9 cups taken away because of the first silver series. Yeah, that was a thing. I'll discuss it maybe after the games. We can discuss the things that happened. But let's see. Tanner is in the bush here. Gets the spot off on Fade, as well as Sponge. Sponge takes a shot there from Tanner as he pulls across. Fade is spotted all the way through. Cora is spotted in the back. Will he take hits from the back line of Apex? No, he won't. Fade takes one shot as he goes in, but he's able to take the B cap fairly easily. Tanner is spotted by Terrence. Terrence trading with Tanner. Tanner getting a bigger shot in. Terrence just going to be chilling there. This could be bad for him, but he is able to get a good shot into Tanner. Tanner bouncing a shot off of his mantlet. Oh, this could be a really bad. There's a play coming here. Terrence is going to be in trouble. I mean, he spots Kami. This is going to be a dead Vickers Light. Chip is now coming in behind him, and there's no way he's getting out of that. He gets rammed. There's no way he is surviving that, and he gets picked up for free basically. He gets some good shots into Tanner, but it was not worth it. But here on the other side, even Steven gets absolutely destroyed on the A cap. He tried to do the same thing again, trying to get A early on, but was not able to get it off. And look at this focus fire by Apex onto Sierra. Sierra trying to speed boost out of the danger, but he takes so much damage as he tries to pull out of there. Sierra now down literally pretty low, but Pupusa Boy is pushing into a lot of Primo guns. This could be really bad, and he might even go down. Fade trying to come in to support, but ends up blocking him instead, and he goes down. Pupusa Boy gonna be another kill for Primo, and Primo's actually doing a good job of keeping the HP advantage to their favor. Blue picks up a kill on Sierra, but Fade goes down in the push. And Apex only have 3 tanks left at this point. There's no way they're going to be winning. They are way isolated from each other. They've got some shots into Cora, but he is going to be playing against 2 tanks with really low DPM. I mean, the Kran, one of the worst DPMs at tier 10. Blue puts a shot into him. Eddie Gabriel trying to put another shot into him before he goes down. Will he be able to get his second shell reloaded? No. Instead, going down to Chipotle's life. Blue's about to go down as well, and Primo are going to have a comfortable win here in this second game against Apex. Mincer not able to pull off the victory on the other spawn of Rockfield, and Primo sticking to their guns and keeping their advantage as they go into this third match. Sonic Hornet saying, if Apex wins, I'll buy crates. Royal Neko in the chat also, if Apex wins, I will personally drop 1k. I assume on crates. That would be absolutely insane. If you do that, try making a video at least out of it so you get a little bit of return. I don't know. But anyways, Primo going strong into the third game, 2-0 up against Mincer here. Fort Despair is going to be the next map. This should be pretty interesting. I mean, Primo is pretty strong on Fort Despair, I would say. They're going to be playing it heavy as well. This is a very heavy-oriented map. By all means, I mean, look at the mediums on each of these teams. There are 0 mediums and 0 light tanks. So if that doesn't say something, I don't know. So Primo's gonna be taking those double mice. I assume that they might play some sort of a, I mean, obviously, well, actually, I was gonna say obviously they aren't playing for A, but they could be playing for like an A-B sort of strategy. They could also play something towards C, but I don't. Well, in the past, I haven't seen Primo do that sort of C play very often. So who knows? They might try to change it up. Apex taking triple crons though. I think they're going to be playing the encounter area with those crons. So let's see what goes down here in this next game. Could be head-to-head brawls there. It should be. I mean, Fort Despair, there's not a whole lot else that can be done. Hopefully it doesn't take so long to load, but I think it will since, oh no, we're good. Alright, nice. So, here we go. We're here with Primo. Apex going to be playing for at least 1 win right now. Again, it's best of 9, so there's some time for them to come back from this. I mean, 2-0 down in a best of 9. You've still got 3 games left as a cushion, so maybe they could bring it back. And Primo, like I said earlier, don't really like to play C-strats. Maybe that's just my imagination, but it looks like they're going to be doing so. Mizuhara is going to be playing against Tommy here. Tommy is spotted. Mizu is spotted as well. Takes a shot there, but it was a ricochet. Good bounce there by the IS-4 Sponge in the... God, I forgot what it's called. The ramparts, the fort. I forget what we used to call it. I can't believe I forgot that. But oh, gun ports. There we go. Sponge in the gun ports, get some spots off on the middle area. Rax is trying to get some pens into the cupola, I would hope. He's just shooting APCR, not heat. Probably isn't going to pen the front of that turret there. You'd have to get a really lucky shot into the cupola. But Kami is on the VCAP. This could be a pretty strong catalyst for Primo in making Apex make a play. As you can see here, you can already see a bunch of tanks are stacking up for a push here. Primo is going to receive a push here. Tommy, DJ, trying to back up as much as they can. Pupusa is caught creeping. It might have been better to have him unspotted, but it looks like DJ and Tommy are going to be holding their ground. This could be a little bit troublesome, but Primo seemed to have a little bit of a crossfire set up here. I mean, even Steven is in the back in the mouse. Normally you'd see the mouse further up, but honestly, I don't see anything too wrong with this. But as you can see there, Chip had the crossfire angle there. I wasn't able to point that out in time. But look at this. Apex is now pushing forwards. They need to get the damage in, but Primo are just going to be bunkering down around this corner, and they're going to be counter pushing on GT on the other side as well. But that's going to be 2 versus 1, and it's going to be a mouse versus an Iceborne at Kron. So that's actually a pretty good use of his HP there. DJ takes a lot of hits, but Pupusa, Mizuhara, and GT are all very low. Mizu's going to get rammed here by even Steven, gets turned sideways, and Rax has the kill shot. DJ still hasn't gone down yet, despite being the only focus target, basically, for Apex. And Apex are able to pick them up, but they are 5,000 HP down already, and there's little they can do to bring that back now. With 2 guns down, Terrence gets set on fire and knocked out of the game. Tommy gets picked up by Apex. Pupusa Boy is going to get picked up next by Rax, and Good Shell there with heat. Rax getting focused out here by 3 tanks. Blue and Fade working together on him, but there's not a whole lot of DPM left for this Mincer team, and they're not going to be able to get enough damage in. Oh, that's a good shot there by Sponge. Fade with the good pickup, but again, 4,000 HP lead for Primo. Tanner was able to pick up the mouse of GT. Took them a while to kill him, actually, but Tanner actually came over to this side and didn't get caught up with the mouse, which is a good play. You don't want to get 2 versus 1 against a mouse if there's a bigger fight going on the field. And that's going to be some pretty good priority. Sponge trying to get a clip into Kami. Good shell there. Is he able to pick up the rest of the damage? I mean, he's on 484 HP. Sponge would need an absolutely massive high roll to pick him up. Or a max roll, but he wasn't able to do it. And Kami's going to be left on 73 HP. Fade gets picked up there. And again, Primo are winning this game by basically 5,000 HP. Sponge with a kill there. But he is down to 213 HP. Tanner has all of his side and rear here. Sponge just going to be staring at him. Gets picked up by Chip. No, wait. Ooh, that was a confusing thing. Gets picked up by... No, it was Chip. Alright, I forgot they changed the... I actually haven't really played since they changed the like kill and assist thing, which is pretty nice. But yeah, I did get confused by that. That's my fault though. But again, Primo showing that they know how to defend, that they can pull back to stronger positions and bait into crossfires. I mean, this is basically Primo's bread and butter. They're going to be running triple 50Bs though, so we'll see if they're able to pull that off. I mean, at this point, I don't know if this is like a fully serious strategy or if they're just trying some experimental strategies since they're so far up in the lead. Best of 9. So Primo are 2 wins away from picking up the set against Mincer. And we'll see if they can make it a clean sweep 5-0. Or if Mincer will be able to pick up a win here against the double 50B strategy of Primo. Chainlink says, "Yo, Fishy in chat, how's it going?" Well, it's going well. I'm back in the... Alright, I mean, I hope that the stream kicks back off. But we're going to be watching Primo play against Apex in Oasis Palms. That last game, I mean, I really hope it was streamed at the end, but the end was just something else. Tanner's going to be trying to get some spots off here. Get some spots off on Mizuhara and GT in the mouse. Mizu takes a shot from all the way across the map. Tommy getting a good shell in there. Got Apex pushing onto the A cap. Primo already has C though. Big shell from Even Steven, not connecting with the target. But will Apex make a play onto that B cap? We'll have to see, but Tommy and DJ are in a position where they could push forwards and get resets onto B. I mean, this is some really good Overwatch that the Grill has here. Maybe has shots into blue. Let's see if he's able to get them off. Rax takes a shell there from, I think it was Eddie Gabriel. Good shot there. Pupusa Boy putting a shell in towards Rax as well. We'll see here what Apex tries to do. I mean, they're down on cap again. Tommy is in the bowl area here. If Apex do try to get into that B cap, I mean, Tommy's going to be there to reset, but he's getting hit pretty hard by Terrence there. Terrence keeping him pinned down in the Vickers light. Good play there, but he could be punished pretty soon by it. I mean, Sierra, oh, what is that? I guess he was spotted as he backed up there. Not as he backed up, like right when he backed up, but I'm saying like he was spotted as he was creeping backwards. And DJ with the 500 IQ pre-fire there. And Sierra putting a shot in towards Apex. Apex going to be rotating back towards the C-cap. Eddie Gabriel gets absolutely hammered by, I believe, Cora and Even Steven in the grill. And, I mean, Apex really can't rotate out this way. They can't really push spawn either. And look at this rotation again. Even Steven going to be moving his grill away from that push and setting up camp over here. I mean, that's going to be some pretty solid rotation. And Cora just going to be holding the C-cap. I mean, Apex just really doesn't have options here. They need to pick up a kill, at least for the cap points to get back into favor. But they don't really have any substantial bleeds again. Eddie Gabriel is low as well. Tommy, though, is going to be pushing for that A cap. Primo have the cap advantage, but they're going to be deciding to make a push here. Tommy gets hit hard. Mizuhara might be able to pick up the kill onto him, but oh man, this could be bad. Mizuhara is poking really hard for Tommy. Doesn't really get punished for it though. I thought he was going to be eating a whole clip. Oh, that now, if he doesn't get clipped here, yeah, I mean, Primo just going to be punishing this really hard. Mizuhara going to be backing up as fast as they can, but not able to get out. Oh, Sierra getting caught out in the Vickers light. Blue and PP are going to be trying to get the kill there, and they are able to pick up the Vickers, and that's going to be a huge pickup there and shutting down the mobility for Primo. And that's going to make Primo... I mean, it's going to be harder for Primo to keep control of the caps here, and Tommy goes down. And Primo are actually down on down on HPs again. Apex now have the cap advantage and the HP. Ooh, DJ with a good kill shot there. GT taking a lot of hits. Primo getting onto that B cap now. Ooh, that could be a really good pickup. Even Steven in the back there. He is in trouble now, though. I mean, Pupusa Boy could just push forwards and pressure, but that's not going to be happening. Apex just going to be choosing to hold their ground. Ooh, good shell there into Even Steven, and HE shell. But again, oh no, the mouse is poking really hard, but he's going to be eating some shells and not getting penned. I mean, I think his lower plate was exposed, but he was not penned once, and Tanner's getting chased down now. I just realized that Primo had double Vickers. And Even Steven, again, getting pressured in the grill. Primo just not able to stay together. In the end, they're in Apex are able to pick up their first win. I mean, they only needed one more, or Primo only needs one more win at this point. But Apex are able to pick up their first win. Will they be able to make a reverse sweep? It's highly unlikely, but I've seen it before, so we'll see if it does happen. Alright. Potentially the final game. I mean, Primo are one win away from picking up the first set here against Apex. Apex on their last leg, but they're able to pick up their first win in this series. And hopefully for them, that gives them some hope for the next games. Maybe they can pick it back up. But Apex, fighting for their lives here. Again, it's single elimination for whatever reason. This first part is single elimination, so if Apex get knocked out here, their top 8 run is over. And they're basically gonna win, like, tied for 5th or whatever, because, what is it, 4 teams get knocked out on the first day? I mean, I'm not gonna even comment on the format, because it's just absolutely bonkers to me. I mean, there's 4 days... yeah, we'll talk about it later. But anyways, Primo versus Apex. We'll see if Primo are able to secure their victory here, 5-1, or if Apex are able to claw their way back and win another game on Oasis Palms. And here we see Primo gonna be sending Tanner to an interesting spotting bush here, very far forwards. Would be able to get a really solid sightline onto that desert area, but Apex is going to be pushing for A again. Primo not set up for it again. Apex setting up... Oh man, what is going on here? They're just going past the cap and seeing if they can get Sierra and Tommy out here and catch them out. But Tommy's going to be using his speed boost to get out of there. And he's able to get safe. So Apex not able to pick up substantial damage. They get some shots in, but not going to be absolutely huge. One shot into the Vickers, though. That could be pretty big later on. But Apex gonna be down on cap again, but it is only 1 kill, so could be good. But let's see. Mizuhara does take 1 shot. Mizu might be able to get onto B, but oh man, even Steven is playing super aggressive there. Mizu not paying attention though. Blue takes a shot there. Even Steven was able to poke really far forwards for free. Tommy taking a shot there. I don't even know how he's taking hits. I can't even see where he got penned. Side of the turret. Oh, that's interesting. He lost this commander too, so that could be actually big, because that means his spotting range is going to be heavily reduced. Pupusa Boy takes some shots there as he crosses. Cucumber racks the cucumber, puts a shot in to him as he crosses. Even Steven putting a shell towards him, but he's going to be deflecting that heat shell. Even Steven, again, poking that B area for free. Mizuhara has been proxied by Even Steven as well. I mean, Apex just doesn't have any tanks on this outside area to get some... Again, Tommy is bleeding. I have no idea how. I guess he pushed forwards into this position here. Primo looking to maybe box Apex in. But they're bleeding a little bit for it. I mean, they're getting some really good bleeds into Apex, but Apex just gonna have more HP just by the virtue of having those double Vickers. Or Primo's gonna have double Vickers. Mizuhara might get punished here. Eddie taking a shot. There you go. Mizuhara taking 2 shots there, one from Cora and one from Tanner, and Apex just not doing a really good job of holding their HP here. And that's not going to be very good for them because they do need it. They need to make a push later on. I mean, maybe they're just going to try to jump onto even Steven, or they're going to try it for the B cap. But if they try for B, I think that is why Tommy was moving up. And Tommy's still bleeding. I mean, just really good shots in from Apex, but Tommy really needs to hold his HP too. I mean, he's going to be fairly low, but, I mean, I guess Primo can just hold him in the back, but even still, that's just not very good play there. Kami taking a shot there as he pokes forwards. Primo being very aggressive in trying to get some bleeds off of Apex, but Apex doing at least a decent job of bleeding in return. Terrence in an interesting position here, but is able to lock down some angles here. I mean, Primo... I don't know. Apex might try for a B play, but they're going to have to support whoever's capping very well. Even Steven is in a really good position there, and Chip is in a good position as well to just push forwards with a big chunk of HP and make their life miserable. When Mizuhara was able to push back out, Terrence, it looks like there's a B play being called from Primo here. Terrence trying to hold the front line here. Primo looks like they're going to make a move at the end to just try to secure the victory 100%. Cora is spotted on the far side in the Kran. Mizuhara trying to get a shot in there, not able to connect. But Primo, again, is just going to be playing an attrition game here and holding the B cap with as much as they can. Terrence, again, trying to get some bleeds in, but, I mean, yeah, Primo's just holding the angles here, and Apex is as well, but Mizuhara has bled a whole lot of damage there. Terrence gets shot there by, I think it was Chip, but Tanner's trying to get shots into Mizuhara. Mizuhara still spotted. Oh, Skibbs pushes across and takes a lot of hits here. Apex needs to make a counterplay. They need to pick up a kill. Even Steven pushing forwards with the HP. Mizuhara and Skibbs in trouble if they get picked up. It's game over, and it looks like those Vickers are hungry for the kills here. One shot into Skibbs. And Sierra could have the kill shot here for the win. 995, 1,000 points of cap, and Mincer goes down to Primo 5-1. Almost flawless execution there. Primo able to pick up the final win they need. And that's going to secure them the game. So Apex goes down there. And unfortunately for them, due to the format, that's going to be their one and only game in the top 8. Alright, now that we have some time, we get to go over the summer season shenanigans. And we'll just start off by saying the schedule was absolutely way too packed. Like, I'm pretty sure the people that are playing in these tournaments can agree. What was I gonna say? Playing basically every day for... what is it, 4 weeks? 3 or 4 weeks. There's only 2 days in that whole time that there weren't games. Like, I don't know who at Wargaming said that was a good idea, but it's clearly not. Like, you're gonna have people getting absolutely burnt. Like, I mean, just come on. Like, what is that? And then, to top it off, alright, you're going to be playing games every day, but then the top 8, you get knocked out on day 1 after 1 set of matches. Like, what? How does that make sense? It doesn't. Like, come on. Like, I don't know what happened to Round Robin, that people didn't like Round Robin, but it was a pretty decent format. Like, all things considered. double elimination was like marginally worse, but it's like better than this. Like, I don't get it. Double, like, everybody in a double elimination bracket was like, it was okay, but like this. All right, I'll explain the top 8 format. So you have 2 groups of teams. You have yeah, 2 groups of 4. All right, and they play in their groups. Single elimination on the first day, as we're seeing here. So those 2 groups, out of those 2 groups of 4, 4 teams are going to be eliminated. So 2 teams from each group. Now, after that, then I think it goes on to a double elimination bracket. So I mean, let's see here. It should say it. So all right, here it is. So the group stage today, there's 8 teams in 2 groups. You can see that there. And the placement of the teams to groups depends on their places in the Hall of Fame, and that's going to be due to seeding. And the seeding was obviously based on, like, it says here, the Hall of Fame, which is going to be the ascents. So what we have now is 2 groups here. We have Group 1, first place versus 8th place, which is going to be, I believe that's what we just watched. And then 3rd place versus 6th place. And Group 2 is going to be 2nd versus 7th and 4th versus 5th. So I guess that's kind of straightforward in terms of like best versus worst, but like why 2 groups? That just doesn't make sense. So the top 2 teams in each group advance to the next stage. Like, I don't know why they're groups. It could have just been like I don't know. It's just like 2 teams get knocked out based off of best versus, like, you don't even have to explain that it's groups. Whatever. Like, all right. But anyways, after that, you've got where is it here? So yeah, okay. And then the top 2 advance to the next stage. So that's gonna be top 4 basically. And it's gonna be double elimination. Yeah. So we've got 3 days of a 4-team double elimination bracket. We're gonna have the first upper bracket round and the first lower bracket round on one day, then upper bracket final and lower bracket final, and then the grand final. So that's, again, straightforward. That's what we've seen for spring season, I believe, is how it was. There was just another day for like the 8th round, basically, of the it was an 8-team round robin, or not round robin, an 8-team double elimination bracket. So that's how that went down. But again, like, I don't get it. Like, what happened to, like, what was the issue with round robin for determining top 4? Like, I don't get it. I think it was pretty good. I think we should just go back to that, honestly. Like, Ascents, my point here is that Ascents took basically a whole month of grinding to top 8. And then top 8 is just like, oh, you're eliminated first day, have fun. Sure. It's like, what? Like, it's absolutely mental to me. Like, I just don't get it. But anyways, that's like some of the, like, just kind of things. Like, it's not the absolute worst. It's like pretty not good. Like, this is probably like, in terms of ranking for me, it's top 8 round robin, then top 4 double elimination bracket. And then it goes to double elimination bracket with 8 teams. And then there's this. Like, this is obviously the worst format for me for top 8 that I've seen in basically ever. So, yeah, I just don't really have good things to say about this format. I don't think there's anything good about it. Like, it takes as long as the 8-team round robin, but at least in the 8-team round robin, you don't get knocked out after one set of games. Like, and like, again, like, the seeding basically pits you against like the top team, like the hardest team. if you're the 8th place team. So I guess like it pins a lot of importance on the ascents, but we'll get to the next point. All right. So the ascents have always been riddled with issues in terms of matching. So, like if you've been remotely watching the tournament scene, you know that there have been issues with like with seeding basically. So what it was is the ascents have been best versus worst format. So, but that's going to be based off of win rate. So what teams would do is basically stack their win rate as much as they can. Now, all right, you're probably thinking it's like, all right, that doesn't seem too bad, right? You'd have to have a good win rate, like you'd have to have good players basically on the team. Well, you'd think, right? But no, you could just put like an account with one game and 100% win rate, and that would count as a quote-unquote good player in terms of seeding. Like, it's not weighted. It just takes like the top 5 or top 7 or whatever. Like, it doesn't make a difference. Like, it takes those accounts into account, and it's not weighted on battles either. So it's like they count as much as someone with like 70, or we'll say even something crazy like 80% win rate and like 10 billion games, like, would be objectively worse in this system here than a 100% win rate over one game player. Like, bruh. It's just not good. But I don't know. Like, I think it'd be fairly simple to weight win rates based off of battles, right? But I don't know. Wargaming is supposedly they're coming up with something better. But in the meantime, they like before they had that. But now what they did for this season is going to be just random. Like, you can't rig random, I guess. Like, but like people still are gonna complain like, oh, you guys got easier brackets, whatever. It's like, yeah, maybe that is the case. Random is supposed to mean that like it's unlikely, and like hopefully it even out. Like, I guess maybe that's why there's so many games played, but like, why? Again, like you could just have weighted win rate, like, and make a better ascent format. Like, whatever. I don't get it. But anyways, my next point, because there's one more, is that Wargaming wasn't even able to figure out basic math and figure out like something that teams figured out even before the tournament started, was that silver tournaments, you could play silver tournaments if you didn't expect to do well in the gold, and you would be better off than trying in the gold and not winning, right? Because like I guess some teams are a little bit realistic or pessimistic or whatever you want to call it, and they think, well, we're gonna face it off against like basically the best teams on the server, so probably not gonna do as well as maybe we would hope. Like, maybe we'll get 8th place, and we're gonna get less cups than we could playing silver against potentially not as strong teams, and win more cups than if we didn't do, or than if we played gold against the stronger teams. So like people signed up for the silver teams, but that wasn't the only issue. All right, Wargaming also said that like if you had 2 teams in tournaments, right, that only the top result would be counted for each clan. So say like, we'll just say like a team like Primo had a second team or something, and they both played in the gold tournament, and one won first place and one won second place. Basically what it would do under Wargaming system, plan system, would be that only the first place cups would be counted in the total, which meant that you couldn't just like spam like 4 teams or something and just get like 4 times the amount of cups than a team that, or than a clan that only had 1 team playing. But anyways, like, sure, that makes sense. That makes very much sense to count only the best result. But what Wargaming didn't do is think that, oh, maybe some clans will play both the gold tournament and the silver tournament. And guess what? They got cups from both. Why? Because Wargaming didn't think, like, they just didn't think that teams might, or clans might do that. Like, not even just for like teams like trying to rig the system, because like this is not something that should be exploitable. Like, if Wargaming tells you only best result will be counted, okay, like, sure, we'll play two teams. We'll play our second team in silver because that's going to be better for practice for them, or you know, whatever. Like, but both of the accounts, or both of the results counted. So what Wargaming did, no, they didn't just remove the cups and fix their bug with their system, because they could have literally just added logic to their cups thing and say count only best result to incoming cups. Like, that is a very real solution, and I'm pretty sure that can just be done server side. No, but no, Wargaming, what they did was that they removed the cups from the silver season, like the silver tournament. So the teams that played the silver tournament got all their cups removed, and they got rid of all the silver tournaments the rest of the season. So what happened was some teams only played silver, like a silver tournament, because again, like the system was like you had to play a silver to get into gold or something like that. I don't know. But again, some teams only made it to silver, which if you only played silver, you basically had like a whole week where you were missing out big on cups, or like a whole set of tournaments that missed out big on cups. So like somebody said in the chat earlier, what was it? Apex got down, like they got 9,000 cups taken away because of that silver series thing. So let me just check here what the standings are for the summer season. Because I'm pretty sure 9,000 tournaments is a pretty good amount. Well, let's see here. So we see our tournaments, Springfoot Professionals Tournament, and no, it's gonna be Hall of Fame. My bad. Well, let's see here. Hall of Fame for the top echelon. So let's see. Apex is gonna have 37,000 cups. All right. Like with 9,000 more cups, that's gonna put them up to 46,000 cups, which puts them in 5th place. Which means they would have been playing against a different team. Like, like, realistically, they wouldn't have been knocked out because of that. Like, they just got absolutely screwed by the system. Like, by Wargaming's, like, I'm just gonna say it plainly, Wargaming's incompetence led them to their loss here. Like, I mean, they're playing against top 1 team. That's gonna be hard for any top, like, any 8th place team to do. Which, I mean, yeah, like, you're gonna be saying, oh, but it just delays the inevitable. Well, sure, but, like, at the end of the day, you're not getting, like, I mean, 4th place, I'm pretty sure gets cash. Like, they could have made it to 4th place playing against other teams. Like, I mean, the whole situation, again, could have been avoided if Wargaming had thought that maybe some teams would play silver only, or some teams would play both silver and gold, and added that logic to detect that and only take the best result. Or it could have even been prevented if Wargaming, like, handled the situation properly, fixed the bug, and just removed the tournaments from that, like, or just remove the cups from that single, like, series of tournaments. Like, there's multiple things that went wrong there. And additionally, like, if we're gonna be talking about the format, like, this could have all been avoided had Wargaming just made it, like, top 8 round robin. That means every team, like, doesn't get screwed by, like, seeding. Like, the only, what's it called? The only goal is to make it to top 8, and then do your best against the top 8 teams. Like, that's what it should come down to. At the end of the day, the teams shouldn't be playing for seeding in top 8, honestly. Like, they should be playing against Like, in the top 8, getting to the top 8, they shouldn't be playing for seeding. They should be playing to get into top 8. In top 8, then, they should be playing against the other teams, trying to win against the other strong teams. In my mind, that makes the most sense to me. I don't know why Wargaming, like, did all this. It just wasn't good. So, I guess that's my piece on that. Like, kind of a long rant, but I think it needed to be said. Like, I could have made, like, maybe I will put this whole thing in, like, a video with, like, graphics and everything. Like, maybe that'll be my first tournament, like, or my first, like, straight up video. I think I have some on the channel, but, like, I haven't done those in a really long time, and I don't think they count, honestly, anymore. But, yeah, I mean, if you guys want to see it, just let me know. I'll put up, I'll put together a thingy. We can maybe even insert some other things about, like, other drama. I don't know. If you guys like drama, sure. Like, just tell me in the comments section. I want to see drama. Go ahead. But I'm not going to be making about, like, clan versus clan drama. So maybe... I'm not about that. So maybe I'll retract that. Actually, no, you know what? I'll include it. But I'll, like... Nah, I don't know. I'll think about it. But, like, again, this season, like, in my opinion, just was, like, kind of a flop. Like, to say the very least, I think it was a flop. Could have been handled much better. And, like, I mean, they could have just gone back to, like, tried and true formats. Like, they tried to do too much at once, I think, is what happened. Like, they went back to, like, the classic system of bronze, silver, and gold, which is, like, a relic from a really long time ago, where the only rewards, like, these were a weekly thing, and the only rewards were gold. It was really nice amounts of gold. Like, if we could just bring it back for regular tournaments, maybe that'd be pretty nice, but, for a sense, I don't think it worked very well. Maybe it could have worked if they had, like, thought some other things through. But, and if top 8 was better, but, all these issues kind of compounded into one really big, like, oof. Like, it just didn't go very smooth, I would say. So maybe, like, if some things were straightened out, it'd be good. And it wouldn't be such, like, it wouldn't be that bad. But, you know, like, I hopefully, like, my only hope from this is that Wargaming does realize that some things could have gone better. Like, and that maybe, like, some of these things get changed for next time. Like, hopefully. But anyways, we've got like 30 minutes until the next set of games, because again, these are going to be best of 9s, meaning that if you set up a best of 9 tournament where the match time is going to be 7 minutes at most, and you have to plan for the worst case, it's going to be 7 times 9, it's going to be 63 minutes of potential play time between each game. You're going to have like 2 minutes to set up strats, maybe some loading times as well. I think it's counted in the 2 minutes though, so 2 minutes times 8, so add another 16 minutes to that, and that's 80 minutes, so that's gonna be an hour and 20 between each game at least. So that's why games are gonna be an hour and a half apart from each other, like in terms of start times. But you know, best of 9, what can you do? Well, let's see here the rest of the results. It seems like GG were able to beat SLG, as we can see here. GG beat SLG 5-1. Pretty strong showing by them. I don't know why it says semifinals here, because I don't think they get to play any games. Let's see. Maybe they are. Doesn't seem like it. It says there's semifinals, but I don't think they don't have another game listed there. I don't get it. I'm pretty sure they just get knocked out and that's it. Like, they basically all win like 5th place or something. But anyways, let's see here. We've got them Jokers playing against the Resistance is their clan name, I think. Their team name is gonna be Rusties. That's funny. So it's gonna be Joker playing against R next. And then Purple playing against MJ. Oh no, that already happened. Wait, what happened? Purple, oh, okay, Jokers beat Purple. And then Jokers play again against R? So then Primo plays against... Primo plays against GG. Huh? Oh no, is this system even worse than I thought? Because if I'm seeing this correctly... Okay, I think, yeah, I kind of think it makes sense now. Not really. But anyways, Primo's gonna be playing against GG, so that means either Primo or GG is gonna be knocked out next. I think this is the set of games that we're gonna be watching as well. So, we should see some pretty good games, I hope. Yeah, because GG hasn't played... No, they did play today. So it's like a single elimination bracket in each of these groups. I thought there was 4 teams, and they'd be like just playing against each other. And then they'd be knocked out like that. But I guess not. Okay, that just makes even less sense to me. Whatever. Yeah, so this system is even worse than I thought. Because it says here 1st place versus 8th place, then we have 3rd place versus 6th place. So we had that happen and that happen, I guess. Oh, okay, never mind. So I think what happened is that Primo and GG are both through to the finals, but they're gonna be playing for seeding in the top 4. But again, like, this just doesn't make sense because GG nor Primo are gonna be playing against Jokers or R. Like, what? Like, these are the top 4 teams playing for seeding, and their seeding is not determined based on the results against the top 4 teams. They're based on results against like 1 team out of the other top. Like, what? I have a lot of problems with this system, and they just keep compiling. Like, I just don't like this. Like, whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to write up a thing at this point. Like, this is actually like messing with me now. But anyways, there's a lot of time left until the next games. 25 minutes is free, like, so I guess it's some time for pubs then. Alright. Enough of me rambling. We're gonna be playing some pubs. And I guess we'll be playing... I'll play the 4202. Because, oh, another video idea I wanted to think of, or to do, is actually discuss the upcoming balance changes to tier 10. Because they're, in my opinion, absolutely huge. And they could have a really good effect on competitive play, which is what I'm hoping. Maybe we're gonna see heavy dominance cut down at least a little bit, so that should be good. But one of the buffs that is happening is that the 4202's top speed is gonna be going from 50 kilometers to 60, which is absolutely massive. Like, bro, you're gonna have 4202s chasing down, like... That was a horrible shot from me. Jeez. could have hit him too. But yeah, I mean, from 50 kilometers to 60, you're gonna have a huge... Like, you're gonna be chasing down basically light tanks with the 4202, which is big because the 4202 has Hesh. I wasn't even trying to dodge the whole read there, but I did. I'm just trying to like stay safe from that stuff over there. I'm waiting for the IS-7 to shoot, maybe. I hope he shoots, so then we can shoot him and try to clear him so we can get out of here. Because I'm not in a good position here. I should have another shot on him on reload. Can't pen him with Ash. It's okay though. Whole reshot. Maybe we can get a shot into him. I'm trying too hard. Armor not pierced. Oh no. Oh, IS-7 just shot. I'm out of here. Batchet's not getting out. Rip bat. Oops. I can't drive. I can't do anything. It sounds like the 183 just shot, so we can maybe tear him apart with some Hesh shooting. Some juicy Hesh shells. 420. What an absolutely godly roll to begin the Hesh journey. Look at that. 516. This thing is gonna be absolutely insane with the buff. Oh my god, the forehead is strong. That was a horrible shot, but it's still a one shot for Hesh, so we should be okay. Okie dokie. As long as we can aim. And we can! For now. Maybe pick up another kill. Ori's still alive. IS-7's a one shot. E5 is still alive. I don't know. Okay, he's on two shot. I don't know where the Badger is. Where is the Badger? What are you doing? Don't want to set off the... Oh, the Badger is full HP. Look at that. Oh, well, he just disappeared. Wow. Who did that? The 183 just bonked him really hard. His HP's gone. E5 heats the other E5 or just gets an absolutely tiny roll with the AP. Wasn't able to pick up the kill there. But again, I mean, like the 4202, you put like 3 shots in with the Hesh and it's like your game. Like, I did really bad that game. Look at that, seven pens, and it's like not a very good game. I guess I'm just maybe I'm overestimating the power of the 4202 after buff, but I think it's gonna be pretty good. Not a cipher. I have no idea what this new event is with the ciphers. Like I tried looking at it and then I'm like, what? Like, I don't understand anything. It looks like you just play the game and you get stuff. Maybe. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Exoskeleton. I can't look at it through here. Let's see. Oh yes. Somebody in the chat asked me about let's see. What tanks do you have the old Twister camo one? So probably because nobody has this camo or knows how it works. Like if you played Clan Wars, you remember that you got awarded a camo that can go onto any tank and it's free to replace. This one, the Heroic Warrior one. Like, it's pretty nice. Like, it's on okay camo, but the best part is that it's free. Basically, it's the same thing for the old Twister camo, this one. So, you can put it on any tank that you have, and any tank that you get later. You can get it on it. It's pretty nice. I got this Super Conch out of a crate, actually. And not the current ones here. Oh yeah, let's check the shop here. Let's see. We've got the Fearless M4 FL10. I think I've heard this tank is actually decent, but don't take my word on it. So I don't really play low tiers, like tier 7. But I think I've seen that it's a decent tank. An all-out attack. We got the 3 Samua SM crates. The 4% drop chance. Or charms. I don't know how many charms do you need for it. 25 charms, which is going to be 25 crate openings, which is going to be a lot of money, probably. What is this? So you get 14 for 17 500 gold, which is going to be, what is that? Like 30 bucks? Which, you're gonna have to open this one and that one, so that's almost 30,000 gold to get it guaranteed, which is gonna be like $50 for a Samua. I don't know. Is it worth it? Probably not. You might even get it before that, but like you're just gonna have a bunch of gold sitting there, which I guess you can use later. Like if you buy gold, again, I don't really know how good the Samua is, but I think I heard it's decent. This actually might be a decent bundle. Let's see. For 15 Britannia Panther containers. Never mind. Britannia. The 50B is going for 15,000 gold. And 50B is one of the tanks that I've wanted to have just because it looks nice. I think it's kind of cool. But you get, what else is this? Some more containers? More Britannia Panther containers? You get 7 of them. Wish you could just buy the 30B without all the extra stuff. Maybe 10,000 gold. But that's pretty much all in the shop. There's collect them all containers. What is this? Includes a tier 5 to 7 premium or collector with 5% drop chance. I don't think that's very good. But it's cheap. Oh no, maybe you get lucky. Don't gamble though. Wouldn't suggest that. Let's see what the bundles are. There are probably some bundles for... Oh, what is this? M41D. What the... $10 M41D. I think that's actually decent too. I heard the tank is like mega fast. $10 for that tank. That's kind of cool, I guess. E25 going for $10 too. E25 is a funny tank. I think that's all I'll say about it. $3 or $10 for AMX M4 MLE 54. It's a mouthful, but again, don't gamble. I wouldn't suggest getting containers. TS5 containers. Oh no, I have not heard much about it, so I don't think it's all that great. But again, don't take my word for it. $100 for the guaranteed AMX M4. And that's probably better than the guaranteed price for the T22 back in the day when it was released. $100. Still, pretty steep price for any tank and for any good in any like game. Like I wouldn't do it. I guess you get some extra stuff. Maybe you get some gold back or something. But I don't know. I guess if you're gonna spend, like again, I can't really speak much about spending huge amounts of money on this game because I wouldn't personally do it. But if that's your thing, I guess go for it. I wouldn't suggest doing crates though. A lot of them aren't very good at all. Don't do crates, kids. Well, let's see. We've still got like 15 minutes left, which is again a long time. What other tank is getting some cool buffs in this update? Oh, the M48 is actually getting some pretty nice buffs. It's getting a DPM buff, which should be pretty good for it. So it's getting a DPM buff. I think the reload is going down to like 6.3 or 6.2, something like that with I think with calibrated. Don't quote me on that again. Again, I might just make a video on all the changes and go over how it might change competitive, but if the changes do go through, which I think they are confirmed-ish, I don't know, for 8.2, it's gonna be pretty nice. In terms of like shifting the meta and tanks that come out that shift the meta, or like balance changes that shift the meta, this is probably one of the most recent occurrences of that happening. So the M48 view range, as you can see, is still pretty good. That was one of the selling points back in the day for this tank. I could have shot the pens. What? Oh, I got penned in the hole twice. What? I don't even know what that, like, thing is there. I think they're buffing the turret too, like part of it or something. And, you know, I'm just going through his turret with heat, which is pretty nice. Oh, that was a horrible shot. I could have hit him. Oh, he gets put down. I'll do it, 183. I mean, the M48 is still a pretty comfortable tank. Like, I guess the armor's kind of spotty. Hey, ooh, wow. I think those were non-pens, though. But, like, it looks like I got penned in the shoulders twice. I don't even know. That's weird. Oh my god, the 183 just bonked our standard B. But he's eating it. He's like, I don't clip you. I don't really care. Oh my, 550 with HE. Alright, let's go E100. No, don't push him down there. Okay. Oh my god, the E4 disappeared. Yag put a shot into the Futch. El Futch. Oh my god, the Foch is going insane. He's got the flank of the Yag. He gets put down by the Yag. Oh, the 50. The Skoda T50. Able to get the kill. There's just a Sheridan left. Will the 183 be able to get him? No, the 183 is going around, so he's gonna come this way. E100 shoots him. Come here. No, don't die. Oh, there isn't anyone over there. Oh, the VK, I guess. American camo and British tank? Yeah. I don't know, I just put it on because it's free. Jade has a good credit ratio. The M41D. It looks nice. Oh, it gets the... what is that? Oh, Jade Legendary Camouflage. Oh, well, you get a bunch of stuff in this thing. $10. I wonder what thingies it gets. Wait, hold on. If you already have it, you get 3,000 gold compensation for $10. That's not. But that's one thing. One remaining. Then what? The price goes up to $10, I guess. What's the white camo? I think talking about the 4202's white camo. Let's see. White camo. Which white camo? Okay, I guess we'll just go over the white camos that I see here. There's this one that I can unlock. This one's one of the old camos. Looks alright though, I guess. What else do we have for white camos? This one's it has some white on it. I like this camo. It was one of the first ones that like started being nice, I think. Holly Jolly. This one isn't white. This one, Secret Service. This one looks quite nice in my opinion. But I'm saving these certificates because I don't know what to put it on. I think this one was the one that we just got. Deep Freeze. This was kind of cool. What else is there for white? Oh no, this one was the one we could. I just unlocked. Exoskeleton. Interesting. That's alright, I guess. What else do we have? Hardy. This one's cool. I like this one. It looks better on other tanks, though, I think. This one's kind of whack. Oh, I have this one. An animated one. Stained glass. This one's kind of cool. Dank meme says, wouldn't the Leo one just be kind of bleh then other than its mobility? Yeah, compared to the 4202, yeah, like, pretty much. I mean, the Leo is gonna be, I mean, probably the most mediocre medium. I'd say, like, it's not gonna be very strong after this buff. Like, the buffs that the other tanks are getting. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. The Leo is gonna be, like, right now the Leo has an advantage over other mediums because it has good DPM and a really nice gun. Like, yeah, so basically what the Leo has is good mobility and a really nice gun. You've got some gun depression as well. I mean, you've got good DPM on good pen. Like, Leo with rammer, 3600 DPM, and I think you get like 300 and something heat. Oh, just 300 heat, which actually is not going to be very great, but the standard pen is pretty good. If you put it with calibrated, it's still going to have nice pen with decent DPM. Like, what is it, like 3400 DPM, I think it is, which it might be the play, but anyways, I digress. Later, what the 4202 is going to have is it's going to have basically the same mobility. Might even be like quote-unquote better, because what the 4202 has always had is really strong horsepower to weight ratio, horsepower per ton. So like it accelerates very quickly, but it has always been hard capped to like a low top speed. So like back in the day when the 4202 was first a tank, it had 40 kilometers top speed. They buffed it to 50, which was a decent buff, pretty good buff back in the day. Later they changed it to have both hash and heat on one gun, which was absolutely crazy. Like, there were some like really insane stats being put up by some players when that change happened, like 4K on North America. I think one of the players did that. But what else was I gonna say? Alright, so now, or yeah, they changed it back, so now you have a heat gun and you have a hesh gun, because back in the day it only had a hesh gun. Like, it didn't have a high pen option basically. But as you can see here, you have the hesh gun, which is gonna have the APCR and the hesh, or you could get this gun, which is gonna have like the cheap hesh, which is only 116 millimeters of pen, but you get the 300 heat, which is nice. Against heavy tanks, obviously, it's gonna be a little bit of a better option, like nowadays, because a lot of the time you like, the heavy tank turns a little bit and you can't hash it anymore, and you can't pen him with APCR anymore. Like, then you have to resort to heat, which is what happens a lot of times in mediums. But with the top speed of 60, what the 4202 is going to have is the ability to chase down basically any other medium, and like pretty much play area denial against light tanks. Like, light tanks just really won't have an option to contest the 4202 besides maybe like view range, which, like, I don't know, the view range game comes into effect on some maps, but on a lot of maps what you want to have is control of like an area. So like, that's why heavy tanks are played a lot, in my opinion, nowadays, because they really are immovable. Like, you put them into an area and you can't really do a whole lot to rotate around them if you set them up in decent crossfire angles. But like in pubs, the meta is a little bit different, obviously. The 4202 is going to be really, really good at flanking now. 60 kilometers per hour is going to mean that you can have basically like absolute control of where you want to put your tank. And what the 4202 is really good at is actually flanking. Why? Because it gets up to like 4,000 DPM with the Hesh. If you're penning the Hesh shells. Like, it's gonna be bonkers again. Like, it's gonna be really nice medium after the boss. But what else do we have? I think the 263 was getting buffed. Like, the mantlet is gonna be impenetrable or something, which, like, was one of the issues. Like, you could play it hold down and you'd still get penned. You could play it YOLO, you'd still get penned. You could play it, like, anywhere and you'd still get penned. Like, it was annoying. It wasn't really that great at anything. Like, it's good against people that are being forced to not have time to aim at you. Like in a YOLO, like, you might get some bounces and you're gonna shred them on DPM. But besides that, if you don't get the bounces, you're gonna be dying pretty quickly. It doesn't have HP, and the armor is very front-loaded towards, or it's very front-loaded. If you get the flank, it's dead. Now, some of the other changes that are going to be happening, the M60 is basically getting the same buffs that the M48 gets as well, which should be good too. But the other substantial changes that are happening, oh right, the E4 is actually getting some nice buffs as well, from what I've heard. The cheeks are going to be stronger, which is nice, but honestly, the cheeks weren't that much of an issue in the turret. It's like gonna be the glaring weak spot of the cupola. But I think the E4 is also going to be getting a turret rotation buff, which is nice, because now you can kind of wiggle the turret too, I guess. And I think it is getting like bloom buff. So like when you're turning the turret, it's like the dispersion isn't going to be as big, I think. I don't remember that last part, but the cheek buff is going to be a thing, and it's also getting some traverse buff for the turret, from what I remember. I think the E50M was also getting a DPM buff, which should be nice as well. Like, basically mediums are becoming a little bit more attractive in terms of like firepower, which is always a good thing, especially in this heavy meta. Now, additional changes that are going to be big is that the IS4, I think, yeah, the IS4, the mouse, and the Kran are going to be getting reduced HP, which is nice. That's a good change, step in the right direction, because in my opinion, the heavy tanks got buffed to have really high HPs because the Sheridan with missiles was a thing. And I think like they just made the HPs of the heavy tanks very bloated so that they could take a shell and just be like shrug it off and whatever. Like, mobility, because it was kind of like the Sheridan was kind of busted back in the day, and I think Wargaming tried to buff heavy tanks to make the Sheridan less OP. Like, I don't know, there's some weird balance thing there. I'm pretty sure that's what happened, but yeah, so those tanks are getting HP nerfs. I think the E5 and the 215B are getting DPM nerfs, and the super speed boost is also getting nerfed in terms of how much it buffs your top speed forwards. So some pretty big changes. I'll go over them in depth probably in a video, because I think they're important to know. So maybe I'll put it out in terms of like, or just putting out the context and how it might change tournaments. So it's not just like completing with other YouTubers and doing something that probably someone already did. And just like listing out the buffs and being like, what do you think about these buffs? But yeah. Anyways, we're going to be watching the next game. I haven't looked at it all that much. Normandy is going to be the first map. Primo versus GG. As we all know, Primo, or maybe we might not all know, but Primo is going to be strong on Normandy. So we'll see if GG are able to handle the pressure here against Primo. And I'm fairly certain this match is just to determine seeding in top 4, so I don't think there's going to be any teams eliminated after this game. So stakes aren't all that high, I would say. But you still want to win, obviously. Well, let's see here. Primo, with a strong showing against Apex earlier, are going to be playing against GG. Let's see if they can replicate something similar. Or if GG will be able to do a... what is it? An upset. The game's taking a while to load, so I guess we can just talk about the... what is it? The lineup here. We've got... quadruple crown bounds for Primo. Triple crowns for GG. Tanner gets shot there by Tunny. He's able to spot both Lag Switch and Tunny. Lag Switch takes a shot from Rax the Cucumber. And Kami is going to be poking against Mason Mount. What a shot there onto the cupola of the IS-4, and he is just getting hit in the side now. Primo is just going to be... oh, this is not good for Mason Mount. He's double tracked now, and he is... oh no. Oh, he gets away. Just barely, but that is a huge, huge bleed for Primo. And GG wasn't able to punish it with their Yos. I mean, they were right there, but they weren't able to punish. For some reason, they didn't want to poke or something. Azura is going to be poking on Sierra, takes a shell in return. He's going to be running the small gun on the Yo, actually, and not going to be running the 450 Alpha. It's going to be the 300 Alpha, but look at this play by Primo. They're going to be going in on Lag Switch and Mason Mount. Both of these tanks are very low, and they're going to get focused out. Cora takes a lot of damage as well, but Mason Mount is just about down, and Lag Switch has already been knocked out of the game. Mason Mount goes down. Tunny is about to go down next. Primo are winning this on HP for now. Cora is going to be 1 versus 1 against Seal, just wasting his time. That is such a good use of HP there by Cora. But he gets picked up anyways. A kill as well. Tunny goes down. Tanner is going to be 1 versus 1 against Degama, and Degama is able to pick up the kill there. That's going to be a good kill on the Vickers, but at this point, I don't think it's going to make a difference. Azura and Echi Shio is going to be very low on HP, bouncing off the side of Kami. And Azura is going to have a full clip now. Seal has a bunch of HP in the mouse, but no way to use it effectively. And Azura trying to get the last shot in before he goes down. But Echi puts another shot in. Ooh. Tommy goes down to Degama and Seal, and oh, if Primo actually dropped down here too much, it could be bad for them. Ooh, good shot into Degama there. Kami picks up a good kill on Echi, and that almost secures the game at this point. Seal is trying to get away from as many Primo guns as he can, but he's going to take... oh, he should have been taking a lot of damage there. Should have taken 3 shots, but only takes 2. Sierra bouncing off the back of the mouse. We've seen a little bit of that earlier. Even Steven has the flank, though, and he can't get shot by Degama. And Degama trying to do as much as he can to help him out here, but Primo's going to be sitting right under the ridge here and staying clear of that gun as much as they can, but Sierra goes down. Seal gets picked up. And Degama is going to be 2 versus 1 here against these Primo heavy tanks. Let's see if he's able to pull off the win. I mean, he's got the cap points, actually. He's getting on to B. See if he can pick up the cap. Primo only have control of the A cap right now. This could be an insane clutch by the pro player, Degama. Degama gets spotted there. Even Steven trying to get a shot to reset. Bounces off of the mantlet of the Vickers. If he had wanted to secure 100% a reset, he could have shot HE, but didn't choose to do so. Instead, trying to get the damage to make him a 1-shot. Either way, the decision was there. Oh, this could be bad for Degama. Gets shot once. Goes off the cliff. That was not the best play there. I think if he had just gone straight down the hill, it would have been better. But again, he didn't really know where Kami was in the crown, so he might have been expecting him to be low. And wasn't able to pull off the 3 billion IQ play there and trying to get out safely. Unfortunately, he was not able to clutch, and Primo were able to win their first game there. Primo with a really strong push. But GG, I mean, Primo got some really good bleeds on Mason Mount. But in the end, Primo actually, I mean, that basically cost them the game there for GG. At the end, there was basically full health IS-4, which was even Steven, and a 2-shot Kron, which was if they had at least a decently healthy IS-4, when that push came in, it would have been a different game. But, I mean, it was Like, the IS4 kind of had to contest it, kind of really didn't have to. I mean, yeah, probably would have been safer to just hold on to your HP there. I guess he didn't think he was as exposed as he was. And Primo just took the opportunity, once they put in like 2 shells, to just kind of dump clip onto them. And again, like, maybe he was expecting some support from the Kran and the Yo that was with him. Didn't really happen either, so I don't know. Maybe a miscommunication there, like he was like, I'll eat the shots and you guys clip them in return, but didn't seem like that happened. So anyways, Primo's gonna be playing quadruple Kranvans, an IS4, an E5, and a Batchat 25T. The Batchat could be quite interesting on this map here. We'll see if Primo's able to play it well. GG's gonna be playing double E5s. We got double mice, double IS4s, and a Vickers Light. So, a Batchat versus Vickers, not something that happens very often, but this could be an interesting matchup here. The Batchat might even play low ground. I think I've seen Primo, like, run a medium, like, I've seen them play like a 62A and just flank all the way into their spawn and play like that area there. But the Batchat's going to be going for a spotting run here. So is the Gamma in the Vickers Light. But actually, no, it looks like he's just getting straight onto that C-cap. Tanner going to be spotting from here. Spots Seal. Gets a crazy heat shell into the side of the mouse. Was it there? Can't tell. But GG's going to be taking C-cap very early. They played also into the bowl area here. The airplane, the crashed airplane. And they're able to get some good map control on Primo here. Primo actually playing more for A and B than I've ever seen them play. This is an interesting development here. I'd normally see Primo play very much into this area here and defending the D area. But Echi Shio is able to get onto the D cap pretty much for free. Tommy's not in position to reset. Even Steven isn't either. And it looks like Echi's just going to be getting the cap there without any sort of resets coming in. And Tommy, yeah, isn't able to come in with the clip, but he might be able to get some damage into Mason Mount. We'll see here. Well, Tommy gets hit in return. Echi Shio is just going to be taking map control here. Kora takes a shot there. His rack goes out from, I believe it was the Gamma, in terms of like how big the alpha was for that shot. But let's see. Echi Shio is playing pretty far forwards. I mean, GG is gonna have to support here, but as you can see here, if Primo decide to push Echi, he just doesn't have the support to like, this isn't gonna be a good trade for GG if they leave him here, and it looks like that's what's gonna happen. Primo's gonna be jumping onto him. Echi's not gonna be surviving very long. GG's now moving in, but look at that, they had a mouse all the way out of the fight. The Vickers as well, they were not prepared for this counter push for whatever reason. They just kind of spread out really far. They're able to pick up a kill on even Steven though, so that is going to be a good pickup. Tani is taking some shots in that bowl area. Mason Mount is low, but he's getting covered for by the mouse. But Tanner has a full clip here. Nobody's going to be turning for him either. Mason Mount trying to stay clear of Tanner, but Tanner getting him over the rock area, and he should have the pickup. And no, Sierra has the kill. And Rax is now going to be working on Azura with the rest of the Primo team here. Seal is pushing forwards onto Kami, but his HP would be better off over in the main brawl here. But we'll see if GG are able to pull this back. Azura could have a big HE shell into Tommy, but doesn't need to for the kill. Could just pen him with APCR, but it doesn't look like he has it based off of the face hug there, kind of. Tunny gonna get focused out by Tanner. Tanner takes 1 shell in return for the kill. Gonna be a good trade there. And Sierra gonna be putting some shots into Lag Switch, and Lag Switch is on fire. Oh my, what a huge HE shell by Azura in the mouse. Able to pick up the kill there on Sierra. Oh, but Tommy is trying to stay alive as long as he can, but it looks like he's gonna get picked up here by Azura and able to pick him up. Who went down on the back there? Somebody got picked up by Kora. Dagama taking some shots there. Tanner has a full clip for him. Dagama bleeding quite a bit in this 1 versus 1, and that's what the Batchat is good at there. He can put a full clip in for a few shots in return, but it looks like he's going to be picking up Tanner. Tanner can't get around the rock, but Kora is going in for the kill. Seal finally picks up Kami. I mean, that just took a really long time again. The mouse would have been better off in the main brawl there, and there's going to be 2 mice against 2 E5. No, an E5 and a Kran. So, I mean, yeah, Azura's in trouble here. There's no way Seal is getting to him in time. Yeah, GG just really didn't position their tanks well enough for that. Although GG does have a ton of cap points, they don't have the HP now to basically hold the caps. And Korokora is just taking the B cap. I don't know where Seal is going. Maybe he's just going to be hiding for some sort of a cap win, maybe. Defending the A cap alone, but he's going to be against Korokora. If Korra finds him, he can just go in with a clip and secure the kill. As you can see here, Azura is getting pushed on by Rax. Rax should have the side there. Gets a good shot, and as he passes, Azura is trying to get a shot into him in return. But he should get picked up pretty soon. Seal also is spotted. Let's see what's going on here. Korra is just going to be sitting on the cap. Rax picks up the kill on Azura. And GG don't have any source of cap point income anymore. So, I mean, Primo is going to be winning this game fairly easily now. Korokora knows that Seal is down low as well. Unless some sort of like rack happens here, Korra should have the kill. Seal says come. But Korra is just going to be clipping. Oh, okay then. Seal just kind of gave up at the end. But again, close game there. Again, the Primo pretty much picked up a free IS for both games there. Echishio was very far forwards with no real support. Like, honestly, he didn't really have support from the rest of his team. They just weren't in position to do that. The collar just kind of spread out. Didn't expect Primo to counter push their spawn, kind of. Like, I don't know. I think they were hoping that Primo tried to push through on A cap or something like that, but instead Primo just rotated back and picked up an overextended kill. Like, it was good play by Primo there. It was a good rotation. GG left the tank out, and they got punished for it. Plain and simple. Canal. We'll see if either team is able to come up with something interesting for an opening play on Canal, because normally that is where the interesting stuff happens. At the beginning of the game, and at the end. The middle area is usually pretty dry. But that just depends on the teams that play it. And how they play it. How they decide to play it, basically. So, Primo is going to be running double bad chats in a Vickers Light. Hopefully, this should be a spicy play here. Maybe pushing straight for A. Or pushing straight for D. I'm not really sure. I would assume, actually, that they're playing for A. Why? Because the double bats and the grill. The grill, in my opinion, does best on that A cap, where it has basically control over 2 caps, both the B and the C cap. Not as much the C cap, but it can definitely be defended, especially if you have a light tank like a Vickers spotting from a bush. And I think that's what they're going to be going for, honestly. I think the grill's going to be set up for shots across on A. The Batchets are going to be pushing A aggressive with maybe the Vickers or something. And they're going to be pushing heavy tanks through middle area going for B. GG, though, is going to be running a lot of Clippers as well. They've got double 50Bs and double Yos, as well as a Kron, and I swore a Vickers. But I think GG is going to be taking the majority of the damage they take in the beginning of the game, if Primo does what I think they are doing. I mean, I hope the game loads by the time that it happens. Come on, game. Like, I hope I don't load in and they see like 3 tanks on half HP. Come on. Like, this wasn't an issue before, but anyways, we loaded in and we don't see tanks on half HP, and it looks like Primo is actually going to be playing for a super aggressive play into that B area. Let's see what happens here. The 50Bs, yeah, look at that. Shot from the grill across onto the 50Bs. Azura taking a lot of hits there. Oh, Primo's pushing forwards. Lag switch with another shell into Chip. Not able to pen, though. DJ pushing forwards with Chip. Tanner also has some shots in as well. Echishio taking some damage. GG is taking hits all across the board. Even Steven with a huge shot in the grill onto Echishio. Lag switch getting focused out. He should have a clip very soon, but he might get picked up before that reload happens. And look at that. He is picked out of the game. Primo with a super aggressive play onto the B cap. Able to take C and D for And a kill. I mean, this is an absolutely huge opening play by Primo, and it worked out in their favor. Even Steven now already backed out and safe. The Primo actually didn't end up playing for A and B in the way I had thought they would. Now, the Grill did get shots in across, but that was an absolutely huge push through that middle area. And GG just got completely caught off guard. They're down a tank, they're down on caps, and they're down on HP. Like, at this point, it is just going to be an absolutely, an absolute nightmare for them to try to play out of this. Rax should have another shot into Seal. Seal now down to one shot. Kami could get the kill shot, but Kami is pushing forwards for B. Takes a lot of hits there, though. I mean, he's taking a huge amount. Mason Mount and Echishio are in danger in that middle area. Degama takes a huge shell from the Grill, and now going to be taking a clip from Sierra, I think. I mean, he has to try to pull out of there, but if he takes a shot, he's going to be a one clip for the bat chat, but there's no way he's getting out of there either. So Degama is caught between a rock and a hard place. There's no way he's getting out of that alive. Kami goes down in the E5 to a 50B. Rax is pushed so far aggressive into GG's territory. I mean, Primo just have absolute control over this match, over everything here. Tanner takes a shot in the Vickers, picks up the Gamma though. Sierra also able to help with the kill there. Rax is just pushing in at this point, tries to pick up the kill on Seal, but he explodes. I mean, he had 12,000 HP and it all, or 1,200 HP and it all disappeared. Azura gets hit there. I mean, the HPs are kind of even again. Primo have bled a lot in their heavy tanks. Their light tanks, though, are doing a number on these GG tanks. Sierra has, or had Azura outspotted. Didn't want to risk getting shot in return, though, because the game is somewhat close at this point. Steve with a huge shot into Echishio, but Echi with some really good damage in there. Tanner might have the pickup here. Is he able to sneak a shot? And look at that shot in between. I mean, that was a well-placed shot. RNG was in his favor as well, and he's able to land a good kill shot on Echi. Tunny has the HP here, but if he pushes forward, he runs the risk of getting HE'd by the Grill of Even Steven. Even Steven is spotted, now going to be forced down, and Tunny has the opportunity to clip these two IS4s here. But what a poor play that was. Oh my. What was that? He could have had 2 kills there if he had played it safe and gone over to this side, but instead he just explodes and gets 1 kill. And loses all his HP. Like, not the best play there. He tried to go for a meme jump or something, but it was a close game. He should not have done that. Mason Mount pushing forwards on the Grill, but Sierra has the crossfire here, and there's no way. Oh man, Mason's down to 364, and Tanner should have the pickup here. If the Grill doesn't, the Grill has it with HE. Seal sitting in the back, doesn't really have the HP to do anything at this point. But Primo able to pick up the win on caps there. Should have had it with kills as well. Grill dropping 4.2k. Pretty decent for a Grill on Canal. But it was really the aggressive play at the beginning that won. That won them the game. I mean, it was a really solid push. GG did not respond to it as well as they needed. And now they find themselves down 3-0. Primo absolutely dominating here. Primo going to be running triple mediums and lights here. Sierra's going to be taking a bat chat. We've got Tanner in a Vickers and Rax in a T22. Triple crons as well. And possibly an IS-7. GG's going to be taking, yeah, triple crons and an IS-7 for heavy tanks. GG is going to be taking double crons, double IS-4s, an E5, a Leopard 1, and a Vickers Light. So GG is going to be taking 2 mediums / lights as well. It should be interesting to see how they handle the pressure of 3 mediums and lights. Even if they play that well, I think they're at a disadvantage. The T22 is going to be an absolute Like, it's going to be a really big factor in turning the tide in that game, or in that matchup there. The T22 with the Bat Chat, I find to be, like, it's probably a really deadly combo. You can have the... Oh, jeez, my logo still say Primo Apex. Thank you. Thank you, 34, for pointing that out. I got caught up in not paying attention to the logos because I was talking about other stuff, but thank you. Unfortunately, we have Primo and Apex for the first 3 games here. But here we go. We've got GG's logo now. Sorry about that. But here we go. Primo versus GG, game 4. Let's see if GG are able to pick up their first win on Canal here. Azura pushing forwards in that E5. A lot of Primo tanks going for a D and taking map control on that C area. I mean, GG can't even get onto that C cap now at this point. And they really can't get onto B either. You've got the Krans here ready to clip them if they try to get onto B. Kami looks like he's trying to set up a crossfire angle here to cover basically the entirety of the cap. Azura is spotted already. You've got, like, yeah, basically the whole cap is spotted and covered for there. Chip has an angle, Kami has an angle, DJ has an angle, and Primo just having, like, total control of the map here at this point, basically. Everywhere they need to have control, they do. Even Steven might get onto that C cap now. I don't think anything can reset from GG. Only Tunny could. He has to poke up here. But he has to actually come all the way over here to get a reset. Oh, even Steven... Oh, he got reset there. So Tunny was able to find that angle. Even Steven now forced off the C cap. But Primo is not going to be pushing very hard for that C cap since they already have the cap advantage. They don't want to bleed at this point. They just want to take this game pretty safely, and they can afford to do so. Not only because they're up on caps this game, but because they have a 3-game advantage going into this game already. So they can afford a loss even, like, anyways, like, at this point. But they're just going to be choosing to play it safe for now. GG don't really have a lot of options. Again, Canal is going to be one of those maps where it's really difficult to make a very solid play late game. Like, you have to try to do some sort of like gymnastics in terms of like baiting, rotating and baiting again to try to get a solid push in. But even if you do that and the enemy has good angles, it's not going to be a fun time for you. Well, let's see what they're able to do. I mean, they have somewhat of an isolation on even Steven if they do push around to this side, but they're going to be spotted like literally a mile away. And they won't be able to do a whole lot to even Steven if he just backs down and plays safe. Again, like, Primo have control of this game pretty well. Chip is bleeding a little bit here, but ultimately it shouldn't cost them the game. Chip is now actually going to be pushing forwards here. And taking another angle here. Looks like he got tired of Seal penning him. And he's just going to be going for like a more aggressive stance here. And maybe getting some shots in across onto those Krans back there. Or over peeking onto Seal. We'll see if GG is able to see that and punish if Chip does decide to do something like that though. If Chip pokes from this side of the building, he doesn't really have any sort of shots. He has shots onto Seal, kind of. But he's going to be peeking to basically the Vickers in the E5 as well. Edgy Shio not going to be closing that angle though, so he might get spotted if he tries to make some sort of a play that way. But again, cap is ticking up for Primo. Both teams' caps are going to be ticking up fairly slowly. There's a lot of time to rotate. Just because each team only has one cap, there's no like double cap or something. Even Steven bouncing a shot there, the IS-7 gonna have a really strong armor profile when it's hold down. And as you can see here, he's got a really nice base that he can play here basically. Like, he can hide his lower plate, he's gonna be angled upwards, like nothing's gonna be penning that as long as he hides that upper plate, or lower plate I mean. The same thing goes for the Kron. I mean, like, he's gonna be sitting hold down there. They're just gonna be trading. Nothing's gonna be happening for now. Lag switch, getting ready to make some sort of a play, maybe into that area there. Primo really would only have shots from DJ if he pushes forwards, maybe Kami as well. If they do try to make this play though, Tanner again is gonna see that spot like coming. Even Steven would spot him as he crosses. He's gonna have time to back up. I mean, it's just not gonna be a fun time for GG. I really don't see any options for them here at this point. Like, yeah, I mean, they don't have their tanks grouped up very well just yet. I mean, they're gonna have to decide to make a push somewhere. I mean, maybe the mill is open or something. They push onto DJ, and then Primo comes into B and like takes advantage on the hills. Again, like it's not very good for GG here. They need to pick up kills. They need to pick up like, I don't know. It's gonna be a very tough play for GG to make, but they're gonna have to do something. So we'll see what they come up with. It looks like they're gonna be rotating over towards B. Sierra can play safe. They have to pick up Kami and Chip very fast, but then Primo can just take C. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be really tough for them to pull off. Etchy has a nice angle on that C cap if Primo do try to take it lazily, but they can just hide there where even Steven was last time, behind that building, and they won't have an angle to reset. But the cap points now going to be going into that danger zone of 800, where GG is going to have to make a play. And it looks like they're going to be making some sort of a play towards B. Maybe they go cut through the mid here, try to catch DJ. Maybe they find Kami and catch him out. I don't know. I think they're just going to try to catch Kami, but like, again, he's able to just back off. Oh, actually, they're going to just be going for it, like a quick cap on B. Sierra takes a lot of hits there. Seal is getting reset. Again, even Steven is capping fairly safely. Tunny botching a reset shell, but he should have another one. He's going to be forced off the cap, but GG is forced off the cap as well. Even Steven has bled quite a bit of HP here. Etchy, Shio, and the Gamma are going to be pushing forwards. It looks like they might be able to get some sort of a good kill here. Even Steven looks like he's in trouble. I don't know if he's able to get clear. Tunny, if he's able to get some track shots, it's going to be absolutely huge, but he's just going to be going for the flank and loading his 3 shells in. And there's a counter push on the other side happening here. Seal is down to 264 HP. He goes down, but Rax goes down as well. Even Steven gets picked up in the back, and GG have actually managed to bring this back for the moment. Tanner has found himself in a bad position here. Oh, but GG was able to clutch the game there on those 2 kills. I didn't realize that the time was actually going to run out before the caps ticked up. I don't know why, I always forget about the time, but that last push there by GG, picking up 2 kills there, Rax in the counter push, and even Steven in the push on C. It was a good double-pronged play there. I mean, like, that was an interesting play, and it worked out in their favor. And they were able to pick up the kills. Very nice. So GG able to clutch up the first victory against Primo. Gonna be 3-1 now. Maybe they're gonna be regaining their posture here. Himmelsdorf gonna be the next map. We'll see if GG's able to outbrawl. We'll see if we'll see if GG's able to outbrawl Primo here, or if Primo is gonna be showing their dominance with focus fire again. But Himmelsdorf, gonna be, like, it hasn't been in the tournament map rotation for quite a long time, actually, so it should be interesting to see this old friend come back. And we'll see how the teams played it. And I mean, the meta has definitely shifted quite a bit from what it used to be. But I guess on Himmelsdorf, some things just don't change. It's going to be a primarily heavy tank map. Not going to be a lot of mediums just because of how difficult they are to make work on this map. You might see some clippers sometimes. You see GG's going to be taking 2 Yos. We've got the double crons, but I don't really count them as like clippers. But anyways, let's see how Himmelsdorf is with this new meta. Game taking a long time to load again just because the map. This is the first time I've been on Himmelsdorf today, I guess. Hopefully we don't miss too much, but it should be okay. Primo's going to be taking triple crons. We've got double IS4s, an E100, and a mouse. Meanwhile, Gigi's going to be running double IS4s, double Yos, double crons, and a single mouse. Let's see what goes down here. Primo is going to be full sending towards D, it looks like. It looks like Gigi is as well. I mean, yeah, these teams are kind of just going to be going in blind from the meta. Azura takes a shot as he crosses. Tommy takes a shot and is forced to stay back. Azura tries to put a shot in. Not able to get it off, though. A good shot in there from lag switch. Mason Mount going to be playing against two IS4s and resetting against double crons. I don't think he's going to get the reset in. And he could be in trouble here. I mean, he doesn't have support on this outside lane. If Primo decides to push, he is absolutely gone. And there is not going to be a lot of damage going in it. And that's what's going to be happening here. And Primo is going to be making a smart play here and pushing the IS4s into this side here. They've got a 4-tank crossfire set up here. Chip is going to be intercepting basically 4 tanks on GG here. Mason Mount is still alive somehow against 4 tanks. Primo taking a long time to pick him up. He's down to 30 HP, but he is still alive. Gets picked up by Even Steven with the kill shot there with HE. Kami gonna be down very low HP. And Kami is still alive. He's gonna be picked up by Seal maybe again, but Seal again gonna be chasing after kills. Tommy picks up the kill on Etchi. Kami goes down to Seal. Degama looks like he is in trouble here. Gets set on fire. Might take a big shot from DJ, but I'm not sure where DJ is looking. He could have had a shot. Maybe he's lagging. I don't really know. He's trying to stay clear of those tanks there, actually. It looked like he gets set on fire, but gets a big shot into lag switch. GG is winning this on HP, though, and kills so far. And Tunny has another kill shot there. Good pickup there. Tunny also might have another huge clip into Cora, and Cora is down to a one-shot. Azura should have the kill shot, or maybe Seal. But look at this. Tanner is blocked off by Seal and Azura. I mean, it's going to be 2 versus, what is this? 2 versus 4 now. Primo actually going down to GG here. And Tunny might have the shot again, but it looks like he's having trouble rotating his tank around these dead carcasses. But Even Steven, gonna be 1 versus 4 now. Botches the shot there. Gets a good bounce though. The GG, I mean, you can just push, guys. Like, they were just sitting around the corner. I don't know why this happens so much. I think lag switch is trying to block for damage or something at this point. Yeah, he's trying to block Azura. Reported for blocking teammates. They do a little bit of trolling. They're able to pick up another win now, so the score is suddenly 3-2. Primo is still in the lead, but that lead has been shortened quite substantially. They were up 3-0 at one point, but now it's going to be 3-2, and GG is suddenly back in the game. Could we see a comeback from 3-0 here? Primo going to be running quadruple Kranvans. Double IS4s and a mouse. Meanwhile, GG's going to be running the double Yos again, double Krans, double IS4s, and the single mouse. And this is going to be a battle of HP versus HP and DPM, I guess. I mean, Primo needs to shut down those Yos. They definitely need to do that, because if the Yos are running the small gun, they're going to have actually pretty decent DPM. It's got like a 12-second reload with the small gun, and 900 clip damage. I mean, that could be the decider in this game here. If GG is able to focus targets out, like the Krans, while making sure that the Yos stay alive and pumping damage out, they should be able to win this game, just based on lineup. But other than that, the lineups are fairly similar. I mean, you've got, the only difference is going to be, instead of quadruple Krans, GG are going to be running 2 Krans and 2 Yos. But again, that choice of tank composition could end up being the deciding factor in picking up another win on Himmelsdorf here. So let's see if GG are able to continue the comeback. GG was playing against R. We got some people saying in the chat that they ended up winning 5-0. So Joker, gonna be a strong team as well. We'll see how they do in the coming days in the top 4 portion of the tournament. And Primo's gonna be running the other side this time, not going for a D. Instead gonna be playing A and C, and it looks like GG is doing the same thing though. I mean, this is some pretty basic stuff that used to happen back in the day as well. Teams would play one side and then switch to the other one and try to catch them off guard or something like that. Primo's gonna have a cap advantage for now. DJ was able to get onto the cap before the Gamma. Ooh, lag switch could have had a reset there maybe, but wasn't able to get it off. Tried to snap it in. Oh, look at this push here by GG. Korra could be in trouble. Let's see here. Is he able to get caught off guard? Korra really can't back up either because the Gamma and maybe lag switch would be able to help in picking him up, but Korra is just going to be sitting there trying to stay alive as long as he can. Oh man, this is not looking good for Primo here in terms of positioning. They're caught in quite a weird crossfire here. Tommy and even Steven are pretty far out of the fight and also in trouble in terms of getting crossfired out by Azura and Mason Mount, but a counter push is coming in here. Korra getting clipped out. Chipotle is going to be coming in behind the GG tanks here and cut off their escape route if they try to do so, but he wasn't able to catch Azura out, and Azura is able to get away here, and now Chip finds himself in a bad position as well. DJ gets set on fire. The Gamma with a big shell there puts him down to basically a one-shot, and that is definitely going to be a one-shot now. I think Seal shot him, but Seal is going to be taking a lot of damage from those Primo tanks there. Etchy trying to stay alive and putting his tank's gun to use, but Primo are able to make a good counter push on the A-cap. They need to start picking up kills though, because look at that, there's basically 3 one-shots on the field and none of them are down. Azura gets picked up by Chip, and Chip's gonna be 1 versus 2 here, trying to pick up some more damage into Etchy. Tommy goes down. Lag switch gonna be helping Etchy out here as much as he can, but no, actually putting a shot across towards Kami to make him low HP as well. Seal, Mason Mount, and DeGamma need to play this very well because they cannot waste too much time on this side here. Lag switch should have the kill on Chip, and he's able to do so. Etchy should have it on Kami, but no. Oh no, Etchy could have. Oh, what a bounce there. Gets a good shot in too, and he's gonna be holding on to 1 shell in his clip to try to keep both Kami and Tanner at bay, but Tanner's pushing forwards to try to get on a shot into Seal, but he's focusing out the mouse instead of trying to pick up Etchy, and Etchy gets tracked by Kami. Even Steven goes down, and looks like GG's going to be picking up this game again. Primo just wasn't able to secure the kills, and GG had some really good bleeds on basically the Kranvan of Korra as well as the 2 tanks, both even Steven, I think it was Tommy in the far back there. And again, the kill shots, they were not able to focus out the kills. Like, I think GG just did a really good job of keeping their 1-shots safe. But look at that. The score is now tied 3-3. Primo had the early advantage going into the first games. They had 3 wins back-to-back, but now it's GG with the 3 wins back-to-back. And that means, at least I'd say, that they're going to have some really nice momentum going forwards in the rest of the series here. Best of 9, so each team needs to pick up 2 more wins to win the set. But it's still not over. Black Goldville is going to be the next map played. Now, I'll be honest, and I'll say that I don't really like Black Gold as a tournament map, but I think Primo plays it fairly well. So we'll see if Primo's able to regain their composure, pick up some more wins, and calm their nerves after those 3 losses. Or if GG will just able to will just be able to run away with the 3-win momentum and pick up the next 2 wins that they need for the set. Primo's going to be running triple crons. We've got a Vickers Light, double Ice Force, and an E5. GG is going to be running 2 Yos again. We've got, I think it was double Ice 4. Yeah, double Ice Force, double Yos. We've got a Crown, and E5, and a Vickers Light. This is going to be a map of crossfires again. And what I have seen so far is that Primo are really good at holding angles. Like you could see there earlier, the Canal game was a really... the Canal games were pretty strong examples of that. If they're able to pin down their crossfire angles, they can pretty much hold with an iron curtain. But besides that, like, it seems like their pushes aren't as coordinated as maybe they could be. Even Steven putting a shot in towards Azura, not connecting, gets penned. Oh, what is that? Double Yo's clipping him out, or ooh, could have been pretty big if either of them got some track shots in. That could have been devastating for Primo. Cora pushing very far forwards, gets spotted by Seal. Seal backing up before he's able to get penned in the side there, but Cora is maybe find himself a little bit too aggressive. The double Yos might be able to clip him out, but he could just be baiting here. Heat Shell going in, 200 roll. I mean, the double Yo with the 300 alpha, with the heat, it goes down even lower. And look at that, Tunny is getting punished for that. Kami puts in a shot, even Steven as well. Mason Mount was trying to get onto the A cap, but look at these teams, they're so spread out. Primo is a little bit more consolidated towards that A side, so Mason Mount could be in trouble here. Rax with a good shot into Echi's shield. But Echi finds himself in a bad position here. Rax is holding a crossfire on him with even Steven and Cora. Cora finds himself in the middle of the map there, basically, but he is relatively safe. They'd have to overpush on, or overpoke on him. There's the Gamma on the C cap, but look at that. DJ is going to be pushing towards B. I mean, Primo is going to have the overmatch on this side. Mason Mount is in trouble, like I said earlier. Those Yos need to get some damage in, but GG is not going to be in positions to help out Mason. So it looks like Primo might have this game so far, although they are being very cautious with their push. So, oh, look at that. Tommy gets in a good shot into Mason Mount. Kami as well. And it looks like Tommy's just going to be poking again. Mason Mount getting focused out here. Is he able to survive longer? Could go down here, and goes down. First pick up of the game going to be in Primo's favor, and that's going to be absolutely huge, and because they already had an overmatch on this side. Rax is still alive despite being against 3 tanks here. Lag Switch has to pick up the kill because both of those Yos are going to be on reload. Tunny gets rammed and shot by Cora. A huge chunk of HP going to be missing. Oh no, I'm stuck in the rock here. I had an insane angle though, so Tunny finding some shots into DJ before he goes down, but he goes down. Lag Switch and Echi are going to be isolated and in trouble here. Even Steven gets picked up on the other side, but it's not looking very good for GG. GG have lost basically 3 tanks now. Primo have only lost 2. Kami is very low though. Echi still alive somehow. Damage going in towards Cora. What do we have here to try to win the game for GG? It's only going to be a half healthy, or like a somewhat healthy IS4. Seal. Azura needs to try to get out of there. Tanner gets a good shell in there, making him a one-shot. And Cora with the pickup there. That's going to be sealing the deal for Primo, I would say. And Kami is just going to be pushing forwards with the clip. Shot baited by Tanner with the HP, and Kami is going to have a full clip into him. As long as he pens all his shots, he's going to be in big trouble. The Gamma. Ooh, bounce shot there. Seal could have had a pickup there, but wasn't able to get it off. The Gamma had to pick up the kill instead. Puts a good shot into Korra as he crosses. The caps were in the favor of GG, so they needed to try to slow the game down as much as they could, but weren't able to do so. Primo took the advantage in the overmatch on A. Meanwhile, GG was able to take C and B. The Gamma gets picked up at the end there, and Primo able to regain their composure, pick up another game here. And that's going to put them 1 win away from picking up this set against GG. 4-3 is the score. And Primo were able to consolidate their tanks much better for that play on the A cap. GG just weren't able to hold the angles. They didn't really have holding tanks either, or as many as they maybe could have. The double Yos didn't really have good shots, didn't really have good cover either. So they went down, or they bled in the beginning. And in the push, it seemed like the E5 was able to tank both of their clips as well as an E5. So, I mean, one E5 from Primo was able to hold off 3 tanks for GG very well. And Primo was able to clear Mason Mount before that even happened. So, again, basically, GG leaving a tank a little bit overextended. Primo taking the advantage there and able to pick up a good win there in a solid push. But potentially the final game, if Primo are able to pick up the win here against GG, could happen on Black Goldville. Primo going to be taking double T22s, double Crons, and triple E5s. Very mobile lineup there in terms of the triple E5s and the double T22s. Also deceptively tanking because those E5s could also be running the or probably are also running the reactive armor consumable, so even if they get penned, they're getting that damage reduction. GG gonna be running the double Yos, I think it was double Crons, a Vickers Light as well. The Vickers is gonna have a tough time playing against those T22s, and I think Primo is just gonna be going for the DPM here, holding some angles as well. The T22s are gonna be able to push into positions and make themselves hard to knock out. Those T22s look like they're going to be playing the caves fairly aggressively. The Gamma in the Vickers Light, pushing forwards to try to get some spots off on that. Sierra and Tanner pushing aggressive. The Gamma puts a shot into Tanner. Sierra's going to be pushing very aggressively though. The Gamma might be in a little bit of trouble here, trying to pull out of there safely. Tanner could have a shot. Tommy, ooh, the Crons won't be able to get the shots in. And the Gamma is able to squeak away free. The GG is also going to be playing over for the caves, but they're beating Primo to it so far. However, it's going to be an overmatch. Not an overmatch, actually. GG can't really push this, but Seal is double tracked. Ooh, that is not good at all. Oh, he got his repair. If he gets tracked again, though, he is going to be in trouble, and that is a huge track shot for Primo. And look at that, Seal is also going to be missing his rack now, so even though he does get away, he is going to be heavily crippled in any sort of a brawl now. So it looks like Primo are just going to be able to take the win here in the caves. They're bleeding so well. They're getting such good bleeds on GG. It just doesn't look good for GG anymore. GG doesn't really have any options here. They can push for the focus target. Tommy's getting focused out, but Etchy is bleeding a whole lot. The HPs are coming a little bit closer for GG, but Etchy gets picked up, and that's going to be a huge pickup for Primo because that is a bulk of the damage dealing for GG. Again, I'm stuck in the rock. Oh no, get me out. But Seal now getting worked on as well. Probably going to go down very soon to Tanner. Not able to bounce at the end there. Lag switch getting focused out. Raxi bouncing a shell there. I don't know how that bounced off the top of his turret from the side, I think. Mason Mount getting focused out. Just not the best play by GG there. I mean, they poked and they got punished for it. Primo was just holding a little bit here. They got some really good bleeds on the E5, and that basically sealed the deal in the corner here. Since they were even, but Primo, either way, Primo had the mobility advantage on them. They were able to get into really good positions. The T-22s took strong hold-down positions again, and were able to do damage and hold the GG tanks as long as they can. GG's in the chat. And Primo pick up the final win that they needed. But again, this just decides seeding, I think, because GG's not getting knocked out because of this game. So they could have a chance to play against Primo again. But they'll probably have to play through Jokers, I think, first. But anyways, that's going to be the last game for tonight. Primo were able to pick up the final 2 wins on Black Goldville. 5-3 was the end score. Primo versus GG. Ending a long night of games there. Again, the results for the other game went down to Jokers 5-0. Look at that. So top 4 in the coming days is gonna be Primo, R, GG, and Jokers. So those are your 4 teams for the top 4. And they're going to be playing in a double elimination bracket in the next 3 days. We're going to have 2 matches played tomorrow, 2 matches the day after, and then the grand final 3 days from now. So should be some more interesting games coming up soon. So make sure to tune in for those. Those are going to be at the same time in these next 3 days. They're starting at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. So tune in for those if you want to watch some tournament gameplay, some like quote-unquote professional tournament gameplay for Blitz. But for today, I think that's all. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.